Hey, thank you so much for checking out Dusklight Radio's video today. We're uploading Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at the moment. And if you've come over from the Dark Somnium, first of all, welcome. My name is TJ Lee. I am the creator of all things Sturgeon and Dusklight Radio. And you heard it there on the Moderator series story. The NFC Season 2 is coming back. More to come later this year. Stay tuned to our channel and Dark Somnium. Please check out the book on Amazon if you haven't. It really helps us out. And of course, enjoy today's video. It's something really cool and really special, and I look forward to seeing what you think. From Gritchy at redacted.gov.uk to sc-allstaff at redacted.gov.uk. Alright lads, pay attention because it's the last time you're going to be told. Inmate number 514233 is not a novelty. She's a permanent resident of this facility. I know you all thought it was funny that we have a harmless looking female inmate in a men's prison, but we're the only building with the facilities required to safely hold her. I do not give a single fuck how stupid you find the new protocols. You will fucking follow them or you will bloody well end up like Gary. These aren't guidelines. These aren't suggestions. Consider the new protocols commandments carved in stone by fucking Moses himself. I'm not even close to joking. If for some unfathomable reason you're still unsure of why we're doing all of this, the governor will let you access her file. By all means, go and reread it so you can be reminded of exactly what she did to deserve this. Failure to adhere to any of the new rules is grounds for immediate termination of employment and potentially criminal prosecution. This is not a threat. The next person that makes a cunt of this, I will personally ensure that they are completely fucking unemployable for the rest of their miserable life. The rules are posted in every guard station in Solitary, and they're going to be posted on her cell door. No more excuses. I'm attaching the updated rules to this email. Memorize them and fucking follow them as if your life depends on it, because from this moment forth, it fucking does. No more fuck-ups. P.S. Gary's funeral is on Monday afternoon. Gov wants to have a short remembrance service on Tuesday with the chaplain. Attendance is optional. If it were up to me, I'd make you all go and rewatch the tape of what she did to him. Grant Ritchie, Chief Officer, HMP. Protocols relating to inmate number 514233. 1. Inmate number 514233 is to be held in cell 7 of the new solitary confinement block. If, for any reason, number 514233 is required to go to another cell, she should be placed into a cell denoted by a prime number. No exceptions. Number 2. Under no circumstances are any prisoners to be held in the cells to either side or opposite of number 514233's cell. If there is a shortage of room in the solitary confinement block, prisoners deemed as low risk can be moved to C block. If at any time a prisoner is discovered in a cell adjacent to number 514233, they are to be placed in full body restraints and moved to treatment room 4. Number 3. Inmate number 514233 is to be kept in her cell 24 hours a day unless a request is made by Dr. Roberts and Chaplain Ritchie to move her to a treatment room. Such requests must be made in person. Written or telephone requests are to be reported to the governor's office immediately. Furthermore, both the doctor and chaplain must be present at the time of request. If either comes alone to request her movement to a treatment area, ask them to wait for approval and immediately report to the governor. Number 4. When being moved to a treatment area, inmate number 514233 is to be accompanied by Dr. Roberts, Chaplain Ritchie, and no less than 4 armed guards. Guards escorting the inmate must only use ammunition provided by Chaplain Ritchie, and, ideally, should be active practitioners of one of the Abrahamic religions. Number 5. Prior to exiting her cell, inmate number 514233 must be fitted with a pair of silver-coated cuffs. These will be provided by the chaplain. If the inmate refuses to put on the cuffs, activate the in-cell sprinkler system and wait patiently. She'll comply soon enough. Additionally, if the reason for her movement is deemed sufficiently urgent and she remains non-compliant, the song "What a Friend We Have in Jesus" can be played over the loudspeaker. This will severely agitate her, but she'll put the cuffs on much more quickly. Turn the song off immediately after she has the cuffs on, so as not to cause any unnecessary behavioral issues. Number 6. Absolutely no living or freshly killed organic material larger than bacteria is allowed into inmate number 514233's cell while she is in it. Meals must consist of meat, vegetables, and fruit that have been dead for 1 week at minimum and should not have been frozen at that time. Inmate number 514233 is never to be offered nuts or seeds. Meals are to be pushed under her door using a silver-tipped pole. Number 7. If number 514233 expresses she wishes to kill herself, she is to be supported to do so. She can be provided with no more than 6 feet of rope to assist in this. No attempts to prevent number 514233 from harming herself are to be made. She is impervious to significant harm and cannot die. Number 8. Number 514233 is under absolutely no circumstances to be provided with books, paper, or any form of writing implement. Inmate number 514233 may attempt to write on her cell walls using her own blood and/or fecal matter. If you discover her doing this, do not attempt to read the writing. Activate the in-cell sprinkler system and request assistance from the Specialist Decontamination Crew, or SDC. Number 9. Cleaning of number 514233's cell can only occur when she is in a treatment area. Sprinkler system must be used for no less than 10 minutes prior to anyone entering the cell. SDC will carry out the cleaning. No one else is to enter the cell under any circumstances. Number 10. Number 514233 will attempt to persuade you to release her. She will tell you that one of your loved ones is in danger and that she can help. She can be extremely convincing, but you must remember that she is lying. You have no loved ones. You were handpicked for this assignment due to the fact that you have no living family, are not married, and have no children. Nevertheless, number 514233 will attempt to place fictitious memories in your head. If she makes such statements to you, withdraw immediately and report to the chaplain's office. Update. Due to the circumstances surrounding number 514233's recent escape attempt, additional measures have had to be implemented to ensure the safety of all staff and prisoners at HMP Redacted. 11. Verbal communication with number 514233 is henceforth forbidden under all circumstances. Industrial-grade ear protection will be provided for all guards, and additional soundproofing was installed in her cell during Saturday evening's treatment session. Ear protection must be worn by all staff during all interactions with number 514233. Number 12. By royal decree of His Majesty Charles III, all matters relating to number 514233 are exempt from investigation by the Independent Monitoring Board, or IMB. Anyone claiming to be from the IMB inquiring about number 514233 is to be immediately detained. Any resistance should be met with reasonable force. Detainees should be placed in solitary confinement cells which adhere to the protocols previously outlined. 13. In the event that number 514233 escapes her cell successfully, emergency lockdown procedure 616 is to be enacted. Do not attempt to save colleagues or prisoners from her. Follow ELP-616 to the letter. Any severely wounded individuals, staff or inmates who you encounter during ELP-616 should be granted a merciful execution. Their remains should be turned over to SDC for disposal. If, after 1 hour from the commencement of ELP-616, number 514233 has not been subdued, SDC will be authorized to purge the entire block. Do not let it come to that. Terminate her, collect her remains, and return them to her cell. From S.O. Grady at redacted.gov.uk to SC-allstaff at redacted.gov.uk. You have all been tasked with an incredibly difficult job. His Majesty and the Archbishop have faith that we can do this. I have handpicked you all because I believe you are up to the task. With that being said, I need you all to understand that you cannot continue to allow her appearance to cloud your judgment. Number 514233 is not a little girl, no matter how much she resembles one. I too had my reservations, but I believe the tape of what she did to Gary McMichael speaks for itself. We must all recognize her for what she truly is, no matter how horrible that truth may be. I will personally check in with the team as often as I can. Do not hesitate to come to me for additional support. The Crown is extending us every courtesy in this endeavor, and I intend for us to take full advantage of it. As always, you have my eternal gratitude. May God bless and protect each and every one of you. Stay safe. Yours sincerely, Sean K. O'Grady, Governor, HMP Redacted. From kdoherty@redacted.gov.uk to allstaff@redacted.gov.uk. Hello team. Following a successful trial at HMP Redacted, the National Offenders Management Service, NOMS, are instituting a new program for offender management, specifically the housing of certain inmates previously deemed too difficult or dangerous to be considered for holding in a standard maximum security site. These prisoners would have previously been held in specialist psychiatric facilities, but the new initiative wants to integrate them into the general prison system. To prevent any further rumors circulating, I can now confirm that this is the reason for the refurbishment of the solitary confinement block. Solitary will now have its own dedicated team, selected from the existing staff roster. Members of this team will be handpicked by myself based on several suitability metrics. Additionally, a new janitorial team, which will be known as the Specialist Decontamination Crew, or SDC, is being brought in to cover all janitorial tasks in the solitary block. Individuals selected for reassignment to the new solitary team will be informed within the next week. Until then, keep up the good work. Incidents continue to decline weekly. Keep this up, and we're going to have the lowest incident rate in the whole of the HMPS. Yours sincerely, Karen Doherty, Governor, HMP Redacted. From kdoherty@redacted.gov.uk to sc-allstaff@redacted.gov.uk. Hello SC team. By now I hope you've all had sufficient time to familiarize yourself with the new solitary block. David informed me that there has been some frustration and boredom among the SC team. Consider it a testament to the sterling work carried out by the faculty in this establishment, yourselves included. With that being said, I am pleased to announce that I have confirmation from Tower that inmate number 000323 will be transferring to your block on Monday. By now, preparation on his cell should have been completed, and SDC have finished setting up their offices. David will brief you in full on the transfer procedure. For now, I have attached the specific protocols that will need to be implemented. Copies of these are to be posted in all guard stations throughout the solitary block, and, on the advice of Governor O'Grady from HMP Redacted, a copy should be placed on 000323 cell door. It is imperative that these protocols are strictly adhered to. You've all been briefed on the incident at HMP Redacted. I do not want anything like that happening here. Be smart, follow the rules, stay safe. Yours sincerely, Karen Doherty, Governor, HMP Redacted. Protocols relating to inmate number 000323. 1. Inmate number 000323 is to be housed in cell 9 of the solitary confinement block. Number 000323 is never to be kept in any other cell. The inmate is not to be held in any room that has access to a window or an outside ventilation system. A special air filtration system has been installed in cell 9. SDC will carry out regular maintenance on this system to ensure it is in working order. 2. Number 000323 is to be provided with a vegan diet. The inmate is to never be offered meat, eggs, or fresh milk. Some processed foods containing dairy, such as chocolate and American-style cheese, are allowed, as is the use of powdered creamer in tea and coffee. Inmate number 000323's unique properties will affect all animal matter. This renders any animal-based foodstuff he comes into contact with inedible, even to him. 3. A choice of reading materials are to be offered to 000323 daily. He particularly enjoys medical and scientific journals, autobiographies, classical philosophy, and celebrity gossip magazines. Number 000323 is also to be provided with a small notepad and pencil. The inmate will often make notes in the medical and science journals. Due to number 000323's unique knowledge of infectious diseases, any journals found with such notes should be passed directly to the governor for analysis. Under no circumstances is number 000323 to be provided with any religious texts. And under no circumstances is the inmate to be provided with reading material containing images of vultures, condors, corvus, or any other carrion bird. 4. Number 000323 is permitted to have written correspondence with inmate 00001 once a month. Due to the length of both of their incarcerations, as well as shared certain interests, 000323 and inmate number 1 have built up a friendship of sorts. Allowing them to continue this relationship has been shown to reduce agitation and behavioral issues in both prisoners. All outgoing letters should be approved by Dr. Lancaster prior to delivery. Any letter written in a substance other than standard pencil graphite or in any other language other than English are to be immediately destroyed. Incoming letters will be approved by Tower prior to receipt. Staff should never, under any circumstances, attempt to read a letter received from inmate number 1. Inmate number 323 is never to be allowed correspondence with any other inmate from the Tower facility. 5. Staff members and inmates with severe or chronic health conditions must never be allowed into the same block as inmate number 323. Individuals with severe health conditions or in close proximity to inmate number 323 frequently suffer from sudden, drastic worsening of said conditions. Manageable conditions have been seen to become terminal in as little as 30 minutes of exposure to 323's sphere of influence. Solitary confinement staff team was selected partly due to their excellent health. All team members will receive a full physical exam on a monthly basis to ensure compliance with this protocol. 6. Inmate number 323 is not to come into contact with animals under any circumstances. Even something as innocuous as an ant, housefly, or a spider coming into contact with 323 could have catastrophic consequences. The airtight, pressure-sealed door, coupled with the air filtration system, will prevent any pets from entering his cell during normal operations. SDC will sweep the block prior to any opening of number 323's door, including mealtimes. 7. Under no circumstances allow your exposed skin to touch any part of number 323's body. During all interactions with number 323, staff should wear their specially assigned PPE. In instances where he is to be moved from his cell to treatment area, number 323 will wear a custom-fitted restraint suit. Due to his generally amiable nature, number 323 is usually compliant in dressing himself in this outfit prior to exiting his cell. If an instance arises where number 323's movement is deemed urgent and he is non-compliant, a CD of Raven calls is to be played over the loudspeaker. This should be stopped once 323 dons his restraint suit. If, at any time, a staff member or inmate comes into skin-to-skin contact with number 323, that individual is to be immediately detained and placed into a windowless, soundproofed cell in solitary block. 8. If by any means and for any reason a staff member or inmate dies while inside HMP redacted, their remains are to be collected by SDC immediately for disposal. Inmate number 323 has been shown to possess the ability to sense or predict an individual's approaching death, even if he has never seen this person and is on the opposite end of the facility at the time. The precise range of number 323's sphere of influence is unknown and likely impossible to accurately measure. For this reason, every death on HMP redacted grounds is to be treated as a potential reanimation incident. Emergency Lockdown Procedure 1347 should be enacted in the event of any potential reanimation incident. ELP-1347 is not to be lifted until SDC deem the facility secure. 9. Pregnant women should never be permitted to enter any facility housing number 323. See Incident Report TWR-K9919 and see the attached video file if you require further clarification on the reasoning for this protocol. Note from Tower Command: never become complacent around number 323. Despite his friendly demeanor, make no mistake, number 323 is now the most dangerous individual to ever set foot inside your facility. He will do everything within his power to escape. He bears the scars of uncountable failed executions, and every one of them is deserved. Were he possible to kill, it would be deserved 100 times over. Governor Doherty has all the files. Every one of his atrocities is painstakingly detailed in them. You are all expected to commit them to memory. Tower has kept him incarcerated for over 2 centuries. We have given you all of the tools required to hold him for many more. Do not fail us. May God bless and protect you all. From dkeen@redacted.gov.uk to kdoherty@redacted.gov.uk. Hi Karen. 2 quick questions. 1. What the fuck is the deal with these SDC guys? Have you spoken to them? Do they just sit around all day in those weird fucking hazmat suits? They're creeping out the team. 2. Can I throw anyone using the word necromancy into a hole? Other than that, number 323 seems to have settled in fine. Old bastard could talk the ears up a donkey though. At least the boys aren't bored anymore. They've had the protocols drilled into them though, so I'm confident we're going to make a success of this. Speak soon. David Keane, Solitary Confinement Team Leader, HMP, Redacted. From kdoherty@redacted.gov.uk to dkeen@redacted.gov.uk. Hi David, glad to hear things are going well down there. Everything upstairs is going to shit. It's like he puts the fear into everyone just by being here. I should call Tower to see if there's anything they haven't told us. All of the SDC staff came from Tower. I'm not sure what's going on there or why they're shipping the freak show out to the rest of us. The Crown Office just told us this was happening. No questions, no answers. We're not really meant to be discussing this anyway. Tower gets really pissy if you talk about them too much. It may be safer all around if you and I discuss your concerns about these matters in person from now on. Call me when you get off shift. Karen Doherty, Governor, HMP, Redacted. From FM McNally@redacted.gov.uk to SC-all-staff@redacted.gov.uk. Your new resident will be arriving from Tower later this morning. I expect you all to have memorized the brief. I want this transition to go smoothly. The other prisons housing relocated high dependency inmates have been struggling with their assignments. I expect you to do better than they have. Leslie should have posted the new protocols downstairs by now. Do not phone me this morning. I'll be golfing with the Lord Provost. SDC are set up. Go to them with anything till I get back. I'll be down this afternoon to get a look at the little lady for myself. Till then, do your jobs. I want noms to be kissing our arses at the next inspection. Frank McNally, Governor, HMP, Redacted. Protocols relating to inmate number 1. 1. Inmate number 1 is to be held in the specially constructed cell 2 of the solitary confinement block. All metal components are constructed of iron, and iron threads are used to strengthen the concrete of her cell. Extensive soundproofing measures have also been included in the construction of this cell. In instances where 01's cell requires cleaning, she is to don full body restraints and be transferred directly from her cell to a specially constructed mobile iron cage. At least 2 guards armed with portable thermic lances should be present to ensure compliance. SDC will carry out the cleaning process. 2. Number 1 requires a live diet. 1 rabbit or hare is to be provided to her daily. Any captured vermin may be offered to her as a reward for her compliance. 3. Number 1 is permitted to have written correspondence with inmate number 323 once per month. Letters written by Number 1 are to be collected by SDC and sent to Tower for approval before delivery. Under no circumstances is Number 1 allowed any form of contact with any former Tower inmate other than 323. 4. With the exception of SDC and Tower operatives, absolutely no male staff are permitted to enter the solitary confinement block. Although capable of affecting females with her abilities, Number 1's known victims were exclusively male. Number 1 sees the presence of male staff as a challenge and increases the likelihood of escape attempts. When deprived of all senses, Number 1 is still capable of discerning males from females through some unknown means. 5. Real-time surveillance of Number 1's cell must be carried out 24/7. Discrete audio or visual recording devices were placed into Number 1's cell during construction. She is to be watched at all times. Inmate Number 1 may seem to disappear from time to time. If this occurs, switch the camera mode to image intensification mode. For reasons not understood, she is invisible to infrared cameras. It is likely that she has taken an animal form in order to hide from view. Her preferred animal form is a black cat, but she has been known to take the form of a rat, a large dog, a horned goat, and a hooded crow. Most often, Number 1 will appear as a strikingly beautiful red-haired woman, sometimes with extensive Pictish tattoos. Her true form is more animalistic in nature. Number 6. All audio recordings are to be sent to Tower daily at 6 AM for analysis. Inmate Number 1 generally speaks Scots Gaelic. She is also fluent in English, Latin, Norwegian, and Pictish. Staff are to be trained to recognize these languages. If Number 1 begins to speak a language they do not recognize, staff are to immediately mute the live audio feed. While not as dangerous as hearing it spoken in person, the language is still capable of creating adverse psychological effects, such as severe anxiety and paranoia, to those exposed to it via recording equipment. Inmate Number 1 is one of a handful of known living creatures to still speak this language. Number 7. Inmate Number 1 is never to be exposed to sunlight. This includes indirect exposure. It will allow her to enter an ethereal form, making imprisonment impossible. All previous successful escape attempts were possible because she was exposed to sunlight. For this reason, coupled with her other transformation abilities, Number 1 is never to be held in an area with access to windows or doors which can access the outside of the facility. Number 8. Inmate Number 1 is never to be held in the same facility as Inmate Number 0. Tower recently discovered that Zero's presence in their main facility amplified the abilities of all high-dependency inmates. This was especially true for Inmate Number 1. It is theorized that Inmate Number 1 is the biological offspring of Zero. However, since obtaining a DNA sample from Zero is impossible, this cannot be confirmed. For this reason, HMP Redacted was chosen to hold Inmate Number 1, as this is the furthest establishment from Tower's main facility. 9. In the event that Inmate Number 1 becomes loose in the facility, staff must immediately enact Emergency Lockdown Procedure 1669. To ensure ELP-1669 success, all doors and windows leading into the solitary confinement block have been fitted with iron handles, hinges, and fixings. While not enough to stop Number 1 entirely, they will sufficiently slow her down so that SDC can intercept her with thermal weaponry. 10. If a successful method of termination is discovered, Number 1 is to be executed immediately. Tower believes that Zero knows the methods required to terminate all high-dependency inmates. Tower is committed to extracting this information and is employing all means necessary in pursuit of this goal. From Tower to F. McNally at redacted.gov.uk. Governor McNally, Transfer of inmate number 1 will commence in 1 hour. A Tower Command operative will accompany the prisoner. You are expected to greet them in your office to finalize the handover and take possession of her file. Inmate number 1 is our longest tenured prisoner. Her file is incredibly extensive, and much of it requires translation. Complete preparation and await our arrival. May God bless and protect you. From F. McNally at redacted.gov.uk to SC-Allstaff at redacted.gov.uk. Why the fuck didn't anyone phone me? I'll be back in 25 minutes and I'm coming down to see the prisoner. I don't care who Tower or the Crown Office think they are. No one tells me where I'm allowed to go in my prison. Frank McNally, Governor, HMP, redacted. From Tower Command at redacted.gov.uk to Tower Allstaff at redacted.gov.uk. Inmate number 91188 has transferred successfully to HMP Redacted, and the project is now complete. You have all done your country a great service. While you will never receive the public respect and admiration that you deserve, know that His Majesty and all of the Tower Command staff recognize your unparalleled dedication and professionalism. The recent events in this facility, those which prompted the relocation project, could not have been averted and were no fault of any member of the HDPU. Were it possible to keep all of the high dependency prisoners here, know that we would have done so. The information we received from the Vatican, when we agreed to hold inmate 0 on their behalf, made no mention of the effects she would have on the other high dependency prisoners. Whether this was a gross oversight or a deliberate attempt to sabotage this facility is still unclear. The possibility that they have allowed themselves to become compromised by her is not impossible. Command Operative Blake has been dispatched to Vatican City, so we should have a definitive answer within the next 24 hours. 0 will be remaining in Tower's main facility. Nowhere else could possibly hold her. No other team could be trusted. Any information gathered by Blake will be disseminated to Tower staff at the soonest possible opportunity. May God bless and protect us all. Protocols relating to Inmate 0. Inmate 0 is to remain in her cell indefinitely. The cell has been reinforced to better withstand the heat. 0 is not to be removed from her cell under any circumstances. 0 must wear a bridle at all times. 0 is not permitted to speak. The psychological damage caused from exposure to the language of paradise is both catastrophic and irreversible. Allowing 0 to speak at any time puts the entire Tower facility at risk. In the unlikely event that 0's bridle becomes damaged, Emergency Lockdown Procedure 5225 should be enacted. ELP-5225 is the one of 2 instances under which staff are permitted to enter 0's cell. 3. 0's cell should be maintained at 80 degrees centigrade under normal circumstances. If 0 becomes highly agitated, the temperature should be increased to a maximum of 1250 degrees centigrade. If 0 manages to remove her bridle, the temperature should be increased to 3422 degrees centigrade in accordance with ELP-5225. Such extreme temperatures will, unfortunately, not cause 0 long-term harm. 4. 0 is not to be fed. 0's imprisonment is not simply for the purpose of containment and study. As per our agreement with the Vatican, Tower will continue 0's ongoing punishment. 5. 0 is to assist in locating unusual individuals. 0 is responsible for the existence of all high dependency prisoners, either indirectly as a result of her historical actions or directly through parentage. 0 is to be encouraged to write the names. So far we have been able to extract around 2 names per week of unusual individuals. 0 is rarely compliant in this and will claim, in writing, that she does not know their names. This is a lie. 0 knows the name of all things. Once 0 has given us a name, voluntary inmate number 001487 will locate them, and Tower or an affiliate organization will apprehend. 6. If Zero becomes pregnant, staff must immediately enact Emergency Lockdown Procedure 661705. Zero's pregnancies are completely spontaneous, making prediction impossible. During ELP-661705, all offspring are to be immediately removed from Zero's cell and destroyed. Those who cannot be destroyed are to be placed into an extreme pressure containment unit and buried at the redacted Oceanic Facility. Notes from Command. In the past, several tower staff have experienced significant distress while carrying out ELP-661705. You must remember that all her offspring are abomination, regardless of how human they appear. 7. Affiliate organizations are never to be allowed access to Zero. There is a reason she was entrusted to us, and not them. In agreement with the Vatican, our Norwegian affiliates are permitted access to her files, so that they may prepare a backup facility in the event that Tower becomes compromised. 8. In the event that Zero escapes her cell, the catastrophic event procedure should be enacted. Following completion of CEP, Vatican operatives will take custody of Zero and transfer her to the Norwegian facility. 9. If Zero births a non-humanoid offspring, the apocalyptic event procedure should be enacted. Should AEP ever be enacted, all staff are advised to pray for forgiveness. From Tower Command at redacted.gov.uk to Tower all staff at redacted.gov.uk. Due to the actions of Governor McNally, deceased, at HMP Redacted, inmate number 1 has escaped. All staff are to be on maximum alert. I do not need to explain to you the consequences if she were to enter this facility. May God bless and protect us all. From Tower Automated at redacted.gov.uk to Tower All Staff at redacted.gov.uk. Emergency Lockdown Procedure 661705 has been enacted. May God bless and protect us all. From Tower-Command at redacted.gov.uk to Tower All Staff at redacted.gov.uk. All staff are to read Operative Blake's report immediately. All SDC members guarding voluntary inmates are being dispatched to the Vatican immediately. All documents relating to Zero's pregnancies are to be collected and brought to command immediately. May God bless and protect us all. From Tower Automated at redacted.gov.uk to Tower All Staff at redacted.gov.uk. Catastrophic event procedure has been enacted. Extraction is not an option. May God bless and have mercy upon us all. Most heartfelt greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen. I eagerly welcome you to Sturgeon's most premier station, Dusk Light Radio, hosted by yours truly, the effervescent, ethereal, and immersive Everett J. Blackwell. This scintillating and gripping tale of the UK's prison system was written and crafted by user Bucking-Fastard. You can find more by them linked in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out some of our other transmissions. We're adding them regularly, and we'd love to have you as part of the Dusklight family by subscribing, hitting the bell of snakes, and you guessed it, more snakes, and leave a comment with stories you'd love for my many-legged runners to find. Now, I want to thank all of our patrons for making this possible. If you want to sign up, it's as little as $1 a month, and you get exclusive content, early access videos and stories, updates, and more. But times are tough, and we will always be grateful for support no matter what form it comes in. Financial, spiritual, corporeal, maniacal, whatever you want. It really helps us out. Dusklight gives thanks to, first, our Sturgeonite faithfuls: Sabrina Alexander, Laree W., PRDL12, Jason Webb, Jimmy Ricardo, 21 Keys, Jack the Lad, Nathan Billings, J.I. Lara, Val Was Taken, Amy Walrath, Dexter, Heather Gee, P. Tripp, Super Abyss, and Morgan Ra. Our Purple Crayon Eaters: Feeny Von Karma, Max, Phi, Amara, Ashabel, Candyman Gloving, Mike, Alex, Gail Allstott, Echo Kion, Ian Hancocks, and Kendra Wilson. Our janitors: Alex Nunez, Arkham Cookie, Amy, Adrian R., Heather Cayley, Scott, Death31, Sabila Eclipse, Joy Flint Healy, Dux, Shane Lewis, and Allie. Our Nightmare Detectives: Fox Clifford and Melanie Schaefer. Our Void Walkers: Professor Creepypasta, Rat Squatch, and Josh Woods. And lastly, our Blackwell family members: Great Uncle Ven Blackwell with his forbidden knowledge, Izzy Blackwell, our resident bug devourer, Adela Blackwell's firebending and illusions, Ethan Blackwell, abyssal fisher and repo lord, Jackal Blackwell, head chef and mystery meat purveyor, Clue Blackwell, the chrysalis of unknowable horrors, Tabitha Blackwell, void water baron and forever frenemy to our last entrant, Papa Kyle Blackwell, from his tower of bones, broth and spines, preparing for the outer gods to recognize his claim. We love and fear you, Papa, and we thank all of you humbly for your patronage and look to see you bright and early for Dusklight orientation. Purple crayons and existential dread will be provided. And one last time, listeners, close your eyes and breathe with me. Remember, no matter how bad things are, how cruel people can be, and how heavy your shoulders may feel with the weight of the world bearing down on them, Dusklight will always be here to lift the load and provide you with some respite. Drink some hot cocoa with chocolate sprinkles and fat marshmallows. Have all the Christmas candy you can manage, watch a video about liminal spaces and cryptid sightings, and sleep on the cool side of the pillow with the window open and the stars twinkling down on you. Start and end each day with kindness in your heart. You matter, you are loved, and every day is another chance. I'll see you again when the sun sets and dusk enters the station.